This is Hurricane Katrina and its impact on the U.S. after landfall and the overall effects it has today. Hurricane Katrina was known as one of the most powerful Atlantic storms ever recorded, with winds up to 170 miles per hour. The hurricane formed as a tropical storm on August 23, 2005, over the islands of the Bahamas. Hurricane Katrina made landfall off the coast of Louisiana on August 29, 2005. 12 hours before Hurricane Katrina made landfall, the storm was recorded as a Category 5 hurricane with winds around 160 miles per hour. It hit land on the morning of August 29th as a Category 4 storm with winds reaching speeds as high as 140 miles per hour. These vicious winds helped in producing a total of 62 tornadoes within 8 states. The eye of the storm, as seen here in this picture, was a thick, non-see-through wall of clouds. The insane amounts of rain produced by Hurricane Katrina left New Orleans and surrounding cities under about 26 feet of water at its highest point. New Orleans so far had thought that they had dodged the bullet of flooding. Up to this point, New Orleans hadn't even witnessed its highest levels of water within the city. From the immense amount of rain produced by Hurricane Katrina, the levee system, which helped to hold back the waters of Lake Pontchartrain and Lake Borgnay, had been filled 10 inches more than usual and had begun to overflow. The braces of the levee wall had begun to break, and soon the city was going to be covered almost completely in water. After the break of the levee, the city ended up being over 80% covered by water. This crazy amount of water covering up the city would end up being a cause of many of the 1,200 deaths from the effects of Hurricane Katrina. The mayor of the city of New Orleans ordered for the remainder of the people in the city to evacuate. Many local safety agencies and companies to help in this situation were fully submerged underwater. The city went as far as to get the National Guard involved and many other people of this level to help find survivors and get those out who were still in New Orleans. So many houses and neighborhoods were completely destroyed by the floods of the levee break. An estimated 400,000 people were quote-unquote forced to move by the storm. Demographic shifts followed Hurricane Katrina. The lowest income residents often found it more difficult to return. Some neighborhoods now have fewer residents under 18, as some families chose to permanently resettle in cities like Houston, Dallas, and Atlanta. New Orleans ended up investing tons of money into fixing the city in preparation for if another hurricane were to happen. The cost of rebuilding or preparing for hurricane protection totaled around $14.6 billion. This massive rebuild wasn't finished until 2018, about 13 years after Hurricane Katrina had made landfall. The story of Hurricane Katrina is so important to the U.S. history because it was such a detrimental hurricane to the southeast part of the United States. It caused hundreds of millions of dollars in damage, and because of this required many more rebuttals in preparation for future hurricanes. Hurricane Katrina was very impactful to the U.S.